Zach Collins, and color commentary from Austin West, and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. This is the home of your team, right here on KSOM.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live from Riverside High School for this evening's non-conference matchup featuring the visiting team on the scoreboard, the 24-3 Griswold Tigers, who are coached by Jody Rozelle, and the home team, the 17-11 Riverside Bulldogs, who are Patterson. I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West. We're just about 15 minutes away from the opening pitch as we start here with our KSOM softball pregame show on 96.5 KSOM and video live streaming on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishnanets. Now, Austin, this was a game that we were kind of planning to do yesterday, but well, Mother Nature had its course, and it took a different turn for us. Instead, we're doing it here today.
Hey, and it's a little earlier in the day, so, you know, a little nicer weather as well. Well, I think it's nicer weather compared to any time yesterday.
Anytime,
really.
yeah.
But, again, it's nice to have it in the early afternoon, and being able to get it in so fast is also a great thing for these girls, especially as we get closer to the postseason. You'd like a little more experience before you head that way.
A little bit. I mean, this isn't a game that, it's a non-conference game. A lot of the time you don't see non-conference games really being made up, but this kind of being an exception because it was like, both these teams, this is their last regular season game here, so they kind of wanted to get this one in. They're two very good competitive teams, one in the Western Iowa Conference, one in the Corner Conference, so should be a fun game here today.
Absolutely, and again, when you see two teams that are like, well, yeah, let's see if we can get in no matter what, and they just push it the next day, you're like, yeah, it works for both of us. It's good to see that for two local teams for sure.
And even kind of diving in here, looking at the Griswold Tigers, I mean, they've had to go into really every single game just on their toes as of late while just facing off against teams such as number 7 West Monona, number 14 state-ranked Trainer, even number 11 Earlham, back to back to back, which makes it even tougher to look at here. But they were able to come out of that 3-game series with 2 wins and just 1 loss over Earlham, as they were not able to kind of really catch a break. It was just state competition all the way, but prepares you for something like this.
Yeah, absolutely. That's something to watch out for if you're Riverside. I mean, this Griswold team has been tested now for these last couple of weeks, so they're fully ready to take on a team that maybe isn't one of those state tournament competitors, but definitely a postseason competitor. So they're ready to show what they can do.
And even looking on the opposite side, I mean, the Riverside Bulldogs, they were on a 5-game winning streak just about last week until they fell to number 7 West Monona. So Griswold was able to defeat West Monona. Riverside was not able to, but they also lost to number 14 Trainer in back-to-back games. So that's when Trainer was ranked 14th. That's when West Monona was ranked number 7. So it kind of makes that a little bit of a comparison there to kind of see how this team's going to play out. But those are 2 tight games as well for Riverside.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, sometimes it's the wear and tear of the season that really plays into that factor as well. Sure, you lose to number 7, then beat number 14, or vice versa. It's like, well, sometimes wear and tear affects teams differently.
Right. And sometimes wear and tear will kind of boost a team's morale, almost, to say the least. And other times it kind of makes you go, we need a little bit of a break before the postseason. But even with this game here today, they'll both be getting a little bit of a break. Riverside won't even play. Griswold won't even play until next Wednesday because they got the first round bye. Riverside won't even still play till Monday. So quite some time in between that gap to be able to kind of just go, let's get some things down in practice. Let's take a little bit of the weekend, take some time off, and get back at it and get into postseason play.
Yeah, and when you think about it, it's no practice tomorrow for 4th of July, likely. Friday, they'll probably have a practice, a shortened one, before they head into the weekend. And then maybe Monday morning they have an abbreviated one, if that. So really, it's a nice long weekend for them to really rest, relax, heal some things up maybe that have been bothering them, and check on that. And other than that, it's a great spot for them to be at as they head to the postseason. And Griswold in an even better spot because they'll have those extra days of practice as well and get to see the competition they'll face.
And we'd like to remind you that the KSOM Softball pregame show is brought to you by the Seed Pros, Bronker Carnes & Carnes, Cass Health, Riggs Ag Services, Anita Supply Center, Humble Insurance, Rancho Grande, Stein Seed, Principal Financial Group, Ziegler, Iowa Western Community College, Wyman CarQuest, Newman Body Shop, Griswold Communications, Brumley Supplies, and Mertz Welding. And once again, you're listening to the KSOM Softball pregame show on 96.5 KSOM and video live streaming on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishnanets. A little bit of a humid day out here today, but at the same time, we got some, nice white clouds on over to the, I can't know direction, so it's on out that way to the west. There we go. Thank you, Mr. West, for indicating what direction it was. You should be the actually expert at directions.
No, I am definitely not. I'm just really kind of guessing based off the way we drive, and so I'm just assuming. and because I've taken the back way to Omaha before and to Council Bluffs, I've gone here through Oakland and over on the road over there.
Let me ask you, do you like the back way more than the interstate? Because I don't.
Sometimes, it says it's faster, so I just took it. That's what it told me. The directions said it was faster, so I was like, yeah, sure, why not?
Why not?
Sometimes I don't mind it because it's less you have to worry about. Sometimes. I don't like it because it's like, oh, you got your bunch of turns, on and off and stuff like that. But it's nice, calming. Back roads are always a nice time, I think.
I feel like the only reason I don't like it is because the last time I did it, I drove through when it was snowing real hard and couldn't see. So maybe that's probably why.
That'll do it, yeah.
It wasn't supposed to snow that day either, so that was horrifying. But otherwise, be sure to stay tuned to the KSOM softball pregame show, as we won't be continuing to talk about directions or snowstorms. We'll get into both of these teams here with Griswold and Riverside, discuss the starting lineups, and get you ready for this competition. Stay tuned. You're listening to the home of your team right here on 96.5 KSM and video streaming live on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishanet.
Who can you trust to treat you fair and get you back on the road? J.D. Wyman Service on Main Street in Griswold. Big repairs or general maintenance. Trust J.D. Wyman Service to get you on the road fairly. You're a certified auto do-it-yourselfer. You like the smell of grease, and that's why when it comes to parts, you buy them at Wyman's Car Quest on Main Street in Griswold. Because you care about what you put in your vehicles. Trust the tires, parts, and tools from Wyman's Car Quest in Griswold.
Anita Supply Center is here for you. From the big jobs to the small tasks, we're here to help. Hi, this is Kim with a reminder of our hours, so when you need our help, we're here. Anita Supply Center is open Monday through Fridays, 7 to 5, and Saturdays, 8 until noon. We're here 6 days a week for all your building, landscaping, how-to projects, repairs, and more. We offer free in-home measurements, free estimates, and can help you put your ideas together. Anita Supply Center is open 6 days a week for all your home improvement and building needs.
When it comes to your investments, I know you have a choice. Hi, I'm Mark Smith, certified financial planner and registered investment advisor with Principal Financial Group. Today I want to say thank you, Southwest Iowa. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to serve the community for 39 years. Over the years, you've given me the opportunity to get to know you and your family. Thank you for your trust, your confidence, and most of all, your relationship. If I can help you with your financial plan, please give me a call at 712-243-2466. Mark Smith, Principal Financial in Atlantic.
And streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And we welcome you back here to Riverside High School for this evening's non-conference matchup featuring the Griswold Tigers and the Riverside Bulldogs. I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West as we continue here in our KSOM softball pregame show. As they're expressing some gratitude to some of the fans in the audience here. No seniors on this senior night for Riverside, so pretty much a team that you'll be seeing here this evening is a team that you'll also see next year, which to me is one of the really best things you can ask for as a coach.
Yeah, I mean, sure, you'd love to have the senior leadership of maybe one or two there, but, yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, when you have juniors that have been here for a while, they're just as good as to have as seniors, plus they'll be back for another year, and so it just shows how much you can build and be able to grow that team as well, and it also means a lot of young kids playing more time as well, so they'll be here for longer.
Right. I mean, you're here for longer, you're going to develop, and, Griswold at the same time, a lot of great young talent on that team as well. A lot of good senior leadership, too, on that team, and that's why you've seen the success that they've even seen this season. So lots of good things, and great to see Riverside supporting their amazing fans here in the stands. I got a pretty good turnout, especially for a game here at 4:30 in the evening.
Yeah, not many people off of work yet, maybe, here in Southwest Iowa, waiting around until 5 o'clock to get off. But I shouldn't say waiting, hoping to get off at 5 o'clock should really be the thing. To start their 4th of July, maybe it's a 4-day, weekend for them. Maybe it's just the one day, go back to work, and then 2 days again. But, they're getting ready to go.
They're getting ready to go. Usually, you have that kind of gat day with a lot of jobs. You're just kind of there.
Yeah, that's really kind of what happened. Not us, though.
Not us. We're rocking and rolling.
Yeah, we're here tomorrow, too. So we are working tomorrow.
We are. I get to wake up nice, bright and early like you do. So I'm looking forward to it and get my body to somehow sleep. But one thing we're going to mention here are the starting lineup, starting here with Griswold in the batting order. Marissa Askin will be first. Abby Golinghorst batting second. Number 13, Dakota Reynolds batting third. She's kind of our player to watch here this evening. Batting over 500 this season at the plate. A phenomenal player at first base. Number 16, Carly Milliken in the cleanup spot. Number 11, Whitney Pennock batting fifth. Number 4, Addison Adams batting in sixth. Batting seventh is number 27, Carson Adams. Number 2, Josie Reynolds batting in eighth. And in the ninth spot, it's Kate Tischer batting as she's number 12 here in this competition this evening. Flipping things on over to Riverside. Pitching is going to be Peyton Schaefer. We saw her. I've seen her twice. You saw her in the first game for Riverside. A phenomenal pitcher there on the mound, especially with the young talent that she's got. She's going to only develop over time here for Riverside. She's pitching in this competition. Madison Kelly, the catcher, in here this evening. Casey Perkins at first base. Adeline Martins at second base. Here at third base, it's Kaden Schnack. Shortstop, Sydney Summers. Out in left field, it's going to be Lily Reed. Out in center field, Ellie Henderson. And Ashley Kelly is going to be out in right field here this evening as they're starting to announce the lineups and take in the field here. But kind of just to look at it here for Griswold, I mean, one player that's kind of been their key has really just been Carly Milliken. I mean, just last week, Milliken earned her 700th career strikeout, which, yeah, that's about the only reaction you can have to her stellar career. Just this season alone, just prepare for this, she has a .84 ERA, 194 strikeouts, has allowed just 90 hits, 8 walks, and 15 earned runs overall.
Yeah, I think the biggest takeaway is the walks there. I mean, every pitcher gets tired and, walks a few batters here or there. You get a bad call here or there from the officials that maybe you don't agree with, but, man, 8.
8, which is insane to even think about, insane to even mention, as we're going to pause here for the playing of the national anthem.
Can you trust to treat you fair and get you back on the road? J.D. Wyman Service on Main Street in Griswold. Big repairs or general maintenance. Trust J.D. Wyman Service to get you on the road fairly. You're a certified auto do-it-yourselfer. You like the smell of grease, and that's why when it comes to parts, you buy them at Wyman's Car Quest on Main Street in Griswold. Because you care about what you put in your vehicles. Trust the tires, parts, and tools from Wyman's Car Quest in Griswold.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And we welcome you back here to Riverside High School for this non-conference matchup featuring the Griswold Tigers and the Riverside Bulldogs in softball action. The final game of the regular season here on KSOM. Feels like the season just started yesterday, but rather we've been almost over 2 months really into the season, which is kind of crazy to even imagine.
Yeah, because in reality, a lot of them have gotten postponed or delayed or canceled, and then they all ended up on that week that I was gone. And so I've really only called like 6 or 7 games, it feels like, with you here so far this season. And again, it's been 2 months.
It's been 2 months, and it doesn't feel like it's been 2 months whatsoever. It just feels like it was one day we were starting to say, hey, welcome here to baseball, softball season. The next it was, all right, we're ending the regular season here tonight, and here's this competition.
Griswold. It was Griswold that started it off as well with baseball against EHK.
And that was a great game. It was a 7-6 game. I remember that one because it was one of my favorites that we've called here so far. But this one, we'll see if this one tops it here this evening as Riverside starting things off in the field. Griswold here on the top of the first inning with Marissa Askin, the lefty, up at the plate. Watches the first one go by for a ball, brings a 1-0 count with Peyton Schaefer in the circle here this evening for Riverside. And Schaefer, just to remind you, this season just an 8th grader, 3.07 ERA as this one's fouled off toward the backstop. 132 hits, 121 strikeouts as an 8th grader.
You love to see that.
You do.
That is an ace you'll have in up your sleeve for 5 years.
Like, I genuinely think when you take a look both here for Griswold with Carly Milliken and you look at Schaefer, I think Schaefer is going to get to numbers where Milliken really is in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. I think she's definitely she'll have the opportunity and have the talent for sure to get there.
Oh, of course. 2-1 count here for Marissa Askin at the plate, top of the first inning. Nothing on that Seed Pro scoreboard as this one's also inside. As the scoreboard is always brought to you by the Seed Pros. By your side from the word go. Your Pioneer Pros, John Becker, Mark Van Tiger, Gary Dinkla, and Nick Knutson. 3-1 count working here for Askin at the plate. Schaefer the windup and throw. This one's popped up high. It's going to go in between right center field, and it's going to be caught. On out in right field by Ashley Kelly for the first out of the inning. One away. It'll bring up Abby Gollinghorst.
Ashley Kelly probably should have let go over to her center fielder instead.
Yeah, she surely made she
hard
booked
play.
it over there.
Yeah, made it much harder than it had to be for a simple fly out.
Right.
But as long as she didn't drop it, I think everything is going to be forgiven.
Yeah, Ellie Henderson was kind of just right there with it, but hey, you know what? The catch is made, the out was applied. What do you have to care about? Yeah, exactly. Gollinghorst with a blazing strike pass there by Schaefer brings the 0-1. This pitch, it's going to be hit on over toward third base. The throw by Schneck to first is going to be in time for the second out of the inning for the 5-3. To bring it to Dakota Reynolds, 2 up, 2 down. We'll see if Riverside can retire the side here early. That'd be a good way to start off a ball game, especially against a very, very good Griswold team who's hitting .334 as a team overall this season. Schaefer puts this one a little bit of off speed movement on that, puts it for a strike on the pretty much almost right over the plate. Looked like it was going to go outside for a second there.
Yeah, and I think that was only pitch number 7 here of the game, too, and she's already looking at 2 up, 2 down.
Now we'll enable the ball, 1-1 count. Field's a little bit darker than we're used to seeing it here. Mostly a tan color when we've been here the last couple times. This is a swing and miss from Reynolds, brings a 1-2. With all that rain we got yesterday, it's definitely a little bit different.
Yeah, just a little bit. You know, it's got a little bit more dark coloring to it.
Yeah.
No, maybe even, I wouldn't say more coloring to it, but
just a little darker. The 1-2 counts. This one will be fouled off out of play. Remains at 1-2. There's a golf cart's passing us there. I was thinking about my golf game last time when you and I both went and how awful I was.
I think that goes for both of us, really, in that sense. We are not good.
No, we are not good.
We were going to get golf lessons this summer, and then we've just never gotten around to it, and now it's July.
High pitch outside brings up ball 2-2 count. Yeah, we were going to get it. Never got really, well, we've had the chance and probably the opportunities, but just never. We're like, oh, yeah, but I got to do these 8 things. Yeah. And this one's going to be smacked foul on out toward that left side, the left foul line. Still remains with the 2-2 count. Reynolds continuing to fight here at the plate. But, yeah, we were not good.
And that was the last time I've been golfing. I haven't gone golfing since then, and that was like May.
Well,
that was before baseball, softball.
Right. I played in the Atlantic Wrestling Golf Tournament.
Right.
To support the Trojans wrestling there. 3-2 count now here for Reynolds. And thank God it was best ball.
Yes.
Because it would have been the worst day of my life.
Hey, as long as you didn't chip with your driver and drive with your pitching wedge, I mean, like you did when we went golfing.
Yeah, that was something. This one's going to be popped up high, foul, and out of play. Almost hits the other bleachers over there. No one ever sits over in those bleachers. This is pretty much everyone just tries to corral themselves around this area here where we're at behind home plate.
It's where they want to be. It's where they got the best action.
Right.
You can see the bleachers a little unkept, too, over there.
3-2 count. Catches are swinging. Throw to first is in time for the drop third strike. But a 3-up, 3-down inning. Peyton Schaefer. Nice job. Great defense on the field for Riverside. It's 0-0 on that C-Pro scoreboard. We're heading to the bottom of the first. See you back here in just 30 seconds.
When you walk your fields this spring, will each plant have emerged consistently? Ensure consistent emergence of every plant by managing residue, firming seed, and controlling downforce with precision planting upgrades for your planter so that every seed gives you return on investment and isn't left to chance. Transform your planter with Riggs Ag in Lewis and get the best stand you ever had. Call Jim Riggs at 712-254-2408 today.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And the bottom of the first inning is brought to you by Brockner Carnes & Carnes, your trusted insurance since 1894. Nothing on that C-Pro scoreboard. I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West. What a great defensive way to start off this ball game for Riverside.
Absolutely. I mean, I know I kind of jinxed it a little bit when we got up there. She's like, oh, she's only throwing, 7, 8 pitches now and already 2 up, 2 down, and then decided to, you know what, we're going to extend this at bat for about 8 more pitches after that. And so My bad. That's on me.
Went from 7 pitches to a total of 15 pitches. So,
Yeah.
you kind of added on a snag.
Just a little bit.
That's all right. It's just a little snag in the shirt. You can kind of cut it off and hide it, though. It's like kind of one of those little snags you've fallen into. You never had that happen to you?
No.
Well, I had it happen to these pants that I'm wearing.
Yeah,
You've seen that.
Yeah, but on a shirt,
Never had that?
no, not really.
Really? You never like rubbed up against a table accidentally when you're working and it just snags your shirt and you walk away and unfortunately you No? Man,
Nope.
just me. This is a bummer.
Not that unlucky.
Well, I guess I'm unlucky, but hopefully Ellie Henderson doesn't have my luck as she's the first one up. The slap hitter here for Riverside. Something that you've been kind of looking forward to for a while.
Yeah, we haven't seen many, lefties slap hit from the softball games we've been to. At least I have been to so far this season, so it's good to see that again. As Henderson, we saw her do that in the first softball game of the year.
This one's popped up high in fair territory, and making the catch over at third base is Amanda Hauser for the first out of the inning, 1 away. Kind of undercut that slap hit just a little bit too much, and you can even see Carly Milliken kind of just with that pitch and knew she was going to do it. Kind of went up with it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things, slap hitting, you're trying to move with it, and so sometimes you're catching
Right.
that ball a little earlier than a normal batter would.
Kenan Snack now up at the plate. This one's going to be fouled off out of play over the heads of both Austin and myself for the 0-1 count. When you were a kid, did you always try to go catch the foul balls every time they were around? Or
I didn't go watch baseball games as a kid. I was
Never.
playing.
not even softball games to just go watch? No? Okay. I remember when I wasn't playing, I was watching, and I would try to run over and get some, but you, on the other hand, just not a fan, I guess.
Player, not a fan, I guess.
Yeah. The 1-1 count. This one's going to be foul tip toward the backstop. Now brings a 1-2 count.
Got a kid to flinch, too.
Did it really?
Way back here, yep.
Way
Got
back
him.
here. All right. At this point,
Got him good.
I'm going to be somewhere at a point of time where I'm going to get hit by something because I just don't flinch anymore,
Yeah.
and it's going to hurt. Like, it's going to be a position where I shouldn't be in, and now a 2-2 count, and it's going to hit me.
Yeah, and it's really just kind of, the way it works. I mean, again,
Right.
that game at ACGC where that one came down on us.
Hit on over towards short, and it's going to be a line out right into the glove of Marissa Asklin. 2 up, 2 down. Going to be a repeat of the top of the first. I guess we'll have to see here with Madison Kelly, the catcher. Kelly so far this season just kind of taking a look down on her stats. Just had 272. She got 25 hits and 92 at-bats. He's going to slap this one on out toward left field. It's over the fence and gone. A home run for Madison Kelly. And what a home run that was for her because it puts Riverside up 1-0 on that C-Pro scoreboard. The 4th home run for Kelly this season.
First pitch, too, just saw, I like this one. See ya, left field fence, gone up and over the top. Had a couple feet to go, though, but it's hard to tell because it's abruptly a hill right outside the fence out there. So it's like, how much farther did it really go? Because you can't really see where it lands because it's down below us.
But that was almost a no-doubter off the bat. Just see ya bye. Brings a 1-0 on that C-Pro scoreboard. Riverside with the lead here at the top of the first. Nobody on, 2 down. Hit on over towards second. It's going to have to be a backhand play, and it's going to be made on over at first. Nice job by Abby Gollinghorst to finish things off there, but not before the Bulldogs are able to add a run on that C-Pro scoreboard from the home run on Madison Kelly. We head to the top of the second, 1-0. See you back in 30.
It's time to plant. Maximize your yield and get precision placement with a Fendt Momentum Planter from Ziegler Ag Equipment. With a higher capacity for less refills, a weight management system that prevents soil compaction, and a flexible toolbar to plant even over uneven terrain, the Fendt Momentum Planter can't be beat. Stop by Ziegler Ag Equipment located in Atlantic today to get a quote.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And the top of the second inning is brought to you by Cass Health. Neighbors caring for neighbors. I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West. It's 1-0 on that Seed Pro scoreboard thanks to Madison Kelly, the catcher in this competition here this evening for Riverside, as she had a home run, her fourth of the season, to give Riverside that 1-0 advantage. And it was almost one of those no-doubters. It was great. It's only about the second home run that we've seen this season.
Yeah,
might be third.
3 if we're lucky, but we've definitely seen 2 at least.
Right. It's been a fun season so far. I mean, with the games that we've been able to get in that haven't been postponed or canceled due to weather.
Right.
Because the weather is not treated Southwest Iowa very fairly here, to say the least.
Shout out Mother Nature.
Yeah, Mother Nature is not being very motherly, to put it in that stance. Griswold back up at the plate, starting off with pitcher Carly Milliken. Milliken batting in that cleanup spot. Coming up, Whitney Pennock, Addison Adams in the hole. And just looking at Carly Milliken's stats so far this season, as this pitch is going to be hit and right a line out on over towards short. Nice catch by Cindy Summers for the first out of the inning. So don't even need to go over Milliken's stats there, as the play is automatically made. First out of the inning brings up Whitney Pennock.
We can go over her stats, though.
Oh, we surely can.
I mean, the senior batting right now, 403, 506 on base percentage. Not too shabby. 27 RBIs, too. Is third on the team.
A real nice kid, too, to say the least. Brings a 1-0 count for her. 1 down, nobody on here in the top of the second inning. Sun's starting to make its way out just a little bit.
Yeah, not a huge fan of that.
I don't think you or I are pretty big fans of that right now. So Griswold making a little bit of a chant over there. I actually can't make it out, but Schaefer with this pitch. It's going to be inside, meets the zone for a strike. Brings up a now 2-1 count on Pennock. As we mentioned, kind of again, that senior leadership kind of really helps you down the line. Schaefer with this pitch. Beats up in the zone for a strike. Brings out a 2-2 count on Pennock. So now she's going to have to defend here at the plate. Schaefer looked to the glove, now looks back to the dugout, indicating she didn't want that pitch to be called. Now gets on the rubber and winds up and throws. This one high and outside. That brings up a 3-2 count. Saw someone come by with a bucket hat. You're a big bucket hat kind of guy, aren't you?
Moderately.
Moderately, okay. The only one I own is a Mickey Mouse bucket hat, and I don't know how I got it. I just have it. Schaefer is going to walk Pennock, so she'll just walk on down to first, so we got to run a run. It's actually the first base runner we've had on here yet today. Technically with the home run. I mean, not total bases, of course, but
right. If you're going with that total, looking for total bases, for someone to say Shohei Ohtani, tonight, he's a big home run guy as well.
Pitch goes on the outside, meets the edge. It looks like that one was a strike. It brings up the 0-1 on Addison Adams, the center fielder. Addison this season batting .300 at the plate. She's also knocked in 20 RBIs. This one and that outside edge once again for a strike. Now she's got to work with an 0-2 count. Still runner on first. 1 down. Schaefer looking to retire the side here with things. See if she can do it with this one. The off-speed pitch catches her looking. Strike 3. I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah, it looks a little high from our angle, but, maybe they've got a better one.
2 outs, and maybe they do down there. Give it to them.
Heard a couple groans from the stands as well.
They're also kind of up high with us, so
yeah, we don't blame
I'll give it.
We don't blame them.
Pitch on the outside edge, stolen base on over. Ball's out of the glove, so that will be a stolen base for Whitney Pennock.
Had her dead to rights,
oh, she did.
There over at second.
It was a bang play. Sydney Summers just not able to hold on to that softball. She kind of rubs the glove over there at short. She had it for a second, but when she made that turn, she didn't fully have it in the mitt yet.
It looks like when she collided there with Pennock with the glove is what kind of bounced it out as well. Should have just held it down at the base and let her slide into it.
The 0-1 count now becomes 0-2. Here on Carson Adams. 2 down, runner at second. Still 1-0 on the C-Pro scoreboard with a Riverside Bulldogs lead. The wind up and pitch by Schaefer. This one in the dirt. And a pass ball as Pennock's going to take third and rounding third and staying on over there. So a runner in scoring position, working with a 1-2 count. Now is Carson Adams.
That was one kind of thought it may be called a strike, drop third.
Yeah, just a little bit too in the dirt for my liking or the umpire's liking. Brings it the 1-2. This one's going to be a shallow hit on out towards center field, and that's going to be a base hit and an RBI as Pennock's going to score. That'll tie things up at 1-1. Nice hit for Carson Adams.
That makes you think back to, that tag they had at second. That's no runs, and you're going back into the bottom of the second with a 1-0 lead right now. If that ball's able to hold on to, again, not trying to rush and jump at Pennock there over at second, just holding on to it and let her come to it at the base.
It's kind of the big difference here in this ball game. Josie Reynolds now up at the plate. Watches that one go by for a ball, brings the 1-0. Runner on first. Tie ball game at 1-0 on the C-Pro scoreboard. But yeah, that was kind of the big difference maker right there.
You gotta hope that tag doesn't lead to more than just that one run.
See if Riverside can kind of close things out as this one's fouled off by Josie Reynolds. Brings up the 1-1, 2 down. See that red Blazer coming up here. You like the new Chevy Blazer? I've always been a big fan.
What are you talking about?
Look at that. It's right over here. Coming up this one's going to be an infield fly. It's going to drop, just foul. For a second, it looked like there could have been a play down the line.
Guys out here getting distracted by the cars as we're watching softball.
I knew exactly what was happening in the game. I was just looking at the Blazer was just coming by. I'm a big fan. I don't think it should be off-road maybe, but that's just an opinion of mine.
I know that you're just trying to force topics right now, right?
No, I just actually genuinely like those. As this pitch is on the outside, throw to second, tag applied, not in time.
Oh, she had her. That was an out.
I thought it was too, Austin, but called safe at second, so should be counted for the stolen base there with Carson Adams. 2 stolen bases here in this ball game.
Should be 0.
Josie Reynolds with the 2-2 count. This one's going to be in the dirt for a ball and inside. Now brings a 3-2 full count. Now it's time to protect as you hear a fan say in the stands for Reynolds. The DH here in this competition, batting for third baseman Amanda Hauser. This one's going to be slapped and right past the pitcher, Schaefer, and that's going to score a run. As we see Carson Adams come in and score. It's now a 2-1 ball game in Austin. That tag coming back to bite him.
Yeah, and a tough call there over at second too. Probably should have been an out too, and that prevents the run as well. So now it's 2 tag outs at second that have cost 2 runs now for Riverside.
One of them just a little bit of a player error. Doesn't count as an error as this one's fouled off for strike 1. Hits the light post over here. First time we've actually seen that being here, and I've been here. This is now the 3rd time this season.
Right.
Should get bonus points for something like that.
This isn't banana ball, unfortunately.
Hit right in the gap in between third and short. That's going to be a base hit picked up there for Kate Tischer. Goes up back to the top of the order with Marissa Askland.
2-out rally going here for the Tigers. Again, could have easily been ended a long time ago with that tag out, then drop ball, and then the tag out at second called safe.
Big difference here when it comes down to those 2 tag outs. This one's going to be lined out towards short. Sydney Summers able to make the catch and end things here in this inning. But not before Griswold takes the 2-1 lead on the NC Pro scoreboard. What a ball game it's been here so far. Don't go anywhere. We hit at the bottom of the second. It's 2-1 as the Griswold Tigers take their first lead.
Since 1952, the family-owned Mertz Welding has provided quality welding and fabrication in Carson. They specialize in rebuilding and remanufacturing everything from light to heavy equipment with a variety of machines and welders. There isn't a job Mertz Welding can't handle. For more information, stop in at the shop in the west end of Broadway in Carson or give them a call at 712-484-3821. Mertz Welding is a proud sponsor of Riverside Athletics.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And the bottom of the second inning is brought to you by Riggs Ag Services. Transform your player with help from Riggs Ag Services in Lewis. I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West. It's 2-1 on that C-Pro scoreboard. If you're just joining us here, it's Riverside taking on Griswold in this last regular season matchup in non-conference play. Griswold able to take a lead here after the top of the second inning, and what a top of the second inning it was for the Tigers.
Yeah, and I mean, again, it comes off those mistakes we've come up with them a couple times. You just got to be able to hold on to the ball, and then a few just well-placed hits after that. You can't dock the Tigers for that by any means.
Oh, no. First pitch here to Adeline Martins is a strike. The second baseman, Cindy Summers, on deck. Lily Reed in the hole here for Riverside. Adeline Martins this season just batting .213 at the plate. 9 singles, 6 doubles. This one's going to be fouled off, out of play. Now working with an 0-2 count here early. There's always a quick 0-2 count. You watch one go by, you foul one off. You feel like you've been up there for only about 10 seconds. Pressure's on a little bit usually when you're kind of like in this situation for Martins. Pitch by Milliken on the outside, brings a 1-2. See, now you kind of start to calm down a little bit after you watch that ball go past, and you can kind of get back and get hitting contention here. Milliken winds up and throws this one up high. Brings it now a 2-2 count.
Problem is sometimes when you're coming back from an 0-2 count, you can start to get too complacent, especially on some of those close pitches around the edges of the zone. They don't know if you want to swing and let them go.
This one's going to be fouled off, out of play, and almost hits a fan over here. Nice and safe. Brings up the 2-2s remaining here for Adeline Martins. I like the little chair with the shade. We've got quite a few of those here today. Smart idea. This hits also toward the backstop, fouled off. Still working with the 2-2.
Now this is a good spot to be at, 2-2, and you're swinging away, fouling them back, staying alive still.
Right.
Are those ones, do I really want to let those go? Let's see if we can chop these foul or maybe put them in a good spot.
Nobody on, nobody out, the 2-2. This one's going to be hit on out toward right field, and it's going to be caught for the first out of the inning by Carson Adams. One away, it brings up Cindy Summers.
And again, that one just too much height underneath it, able to run down. Even though the wind's got your back there over into right field, it wasn't going to be enough.
She's got the power, but not enough. Reminds me of that song, the Power song.
Not a clue.
Not a clue. Pitch low and outside, meets for the ball. Starts with I've got the power. Never heard that one? That's a lot of music and hear it in gyms all the time. That's about it. 2-1 on that C-Pro scoreboard. A swing and a miss here for Cindy Summers. Brings up now the 1-1 count. One and one count, one down, nobody on. 2-1 on that C-Pro scoreboard as Griswold leads in this ball game. Had 2 lead changes here this evening. Summers watches one go by for now a 2-1 count.
Well, do you consider, the first run being a lead change?
Yeah.
That's more of a lead take.
Well, it changed the lead, didn't it?
I
It was
guess.
a tie ball game. Brings now a 2-2 count on Summers. Not much of a day for pants as we're wearing here today.
Yeah, it's hot.
A little bit hot. Sticking to the chair. 2-2 count. Pitch just outside. Now brings a 3-2 full count. Milliken's going to have to now work here hard in the circle. Takes her time, now comes up to the rubber. Winds up and throws. This one's going to be a short infield fly, called off, and almost a bit of a collision there between Carly Milliken and first baseman Dakota Reynolds. Both just going for it, and thankfully, Milliken making the play. 2 down. 2-1 on the C-Pro scoreboard. Griswold still leads. It brings up Lily Reed after the 2-up, 2-down innings here so far. Pitch by Milliken inside, head on over toward third. The throw to first is going to be in time. Nice job by Hauser with the throw to Reynolds for the 5-3 to finish things off here in the second inning. We head at the top of the third, 2-1 on the C-Pro scoreboard. Griswold leads. See you back here in just a few moments.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And the top of the third inning is brought to you by Anita Supply Center, your home enhancement store. We are here to help. And we are going to pause for 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to 96.5 KSOM. And we welcome you back here to Riverside High School. I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West. Currently 2-1 on that C-Pro scoreboard. Griswold with the lead, a big 3-up, 3-down inning there in the bottom of the second inning as we're here now in the top of the third. And starting things off here for the Tigers is Abby Gollinghorst as she watches one go by for a strike for the 0-1 count. It's really been just about pitching here so far, and Griswold took advantage of Schaefer in that last one. Able to just get a couple of single knocks as we had back-to-back singles from Carson Adams, Joni Reynolds, and Kate Tischer. Now Abby Gollinghorst is here at the plate with a 1-1 count to work with. Second baseman here in this competition this evening. Schaefer with the windup and the throw. It's just going to be outside of the plate. Brings up the 2-1 count now here in Gollinghorst. And Abby here this season batting 353 at the plate, a 429 on base percentage, 24 hits and 68 at-bats. It's only struck out 18 times. The slow roller on over to third. The throw to first is going to be in time for the 5-3. A nice pickup and throw over there by Kaden Schnack to put up the first out of the inning. One away brings up Dakota Reynolds here, the first baseman. Reynolds struck out in her last at-bat swinging. It was a tough one, too. She had one that she was in slow contention to get. Just couldn't get him as she continued to foul him off in her last at-bat as this one's on the outside for the strike. Brings up the 0-1 on the first baseman. Beautiful day for a ball game. Just a bit humid, to say the least, but nothing too bad as this one's going to be fouled off out of play. Goes in this little ditch over here. It looks like it'd be great for sledding over here at Riverside. I would definitely come. I don't even know why I didn't think of that. Austin and I could have been having the best time of our lives just going on here and sledding in the winter. Could have made snowman, had snowball fights. It would have been great. As he has no comment at all, and I don't blame him for it. Reynolds fouls this one off toward the backstop as work with an 0-2 count. Nobody on, one out. Right here at the top of the third. Tom Robinson on a baseball broadcast here this evening. That game starts at 7:30, so a much later start than this 4:30 start on KSOM. This one's going to be fouled off, and comes close to Carly Milliken here on deck in the circle. Able to get out of the way, just kind of smiled a little bit with it. Thinking, hey, we are teammates after all. You probably don't want to put me out of contention, especially the relationship of the first baseman and pitcher, as this one's going to be fouled off toward the left foul line, just going foul. Thought for a second it had it maybe even a little bit of a chance to go fair, but unfortunately does not. As she continues to fight here at the plate, even in this at-bat. The wind-up and throw. This one's going to be popped up high in the infield. Calling off and making the catch is Caden Schnack for the second out of the inning, as that's going to be the solo pop fly. Nice play over there by Schnack so far here at third base, as we've got 2 up, 2 down, and brings up Carly Milliken. Last time we saw Milliken had the line out on over towards short. She watches one blaze by for a strike on the outside edge. Now brings up the 0-1. Thing about baseball, softball is you can always have so many different plays. I mean, football, you've got its different plays. Basketball, it's got its different plays and outcomes. But softball, baseball, it's just, you can have...
It's not coached plays.
Right. You can have hundreds of plays that you can't even figure out down the line. This one, a short infield fly once again. Schnack is going to drop this one after a miscommunication. So the error on the field puts Milliken on over at first. So it'll be labeled as the E5. Just a bit of a miscommunication on over there between Sydney Summers and Caden Schnack.
Which I don't know how it could happen, because I could hear her all the way up here with the headset on.
Right.
Calling that off. And she was there much before. And so I don't know how you there's someone already there. Yeah, let me keep going towards them.
Yeah.
When everyone here knows that she's calling me off.
Well, regardless, Griswold with a runner on first. Whitney Pennock, who started things off with a walk in the last inning for Riverside, now on. And Pennock, as you mentioned before, very good batting average this season, batting .403. This one's for a ball on the outside, brings up the 1-0. I wasn't even close to that in high school, but that's all right. High 200s, low 300s, nothing to brag about by any means, as this one's going to be fouled off. And I didn't play all that much either, so just shows you a little something.
Just a little bit.
Only played my freshman year, though, of high school.
As did I.
Played volleyball and then ran track. You played football and then wrestled. Did you run track in high school?
I did run track.
Okay.
Not my freshman year, but I ran it every year after that.
Okay.
Ran 8th grade, didn't run 7th grade year for middle school, ran 8th grade year, didn't go out freshman year, then went out sophomore, junior, senior year.
Interesting. What made you go out the rest? Just because you felt like it and it was something to do?
That, and the football coach was also the track coach. So
okay.
Figured keep me in shape for wrestling and football, get some cardio in, try to get faster. Did not help, by the way. Did not get me any faster.
That's all right. You should have been in Indiana. We ran up dunes and stuff. It was a good time.
Right.
Pitch on the outside brings up ball 4 to Pennock, as she's going to take that walk on down to first. 2 on, 2 down, and brings up Addison Adams. Last struck out looking in her last at-bat.
But the way Griswold plays on 2 outs, I mean, she could hit a home run at this rate.
Well, I mean, look at it. I mean, you looked at Carson Adams right down the lineup, as she was able to have a single after the strikeout, and that's when they were 2 down. So it's exactly what you mentioned.
One mistake, and all of a sudden, 2-out rally erupts for Griswold. We saw it already once in the top of the second. Now we might see it again here in the top of the third.
This one's going to be a short single on out towards center field. It's going to be bobbled on over in center field, as that's going to score a run. And safe in at second is going to be Milliken. She hesitated over there, but slides in safely.
That was not hesitation. That was slipped.
Excuse me, it was Paddock on over at second. Milliken scores. I was looking at her name in the scorebook as I set her name down, and that's going to knock in an RBI here for Addison Adams. Brings up Carson Adams. 2 away, 2 on. 3-1 now on that C-Pro scoreboard.
1 run for Riverside off a home run, and 3 runs given up because of errors. They would have been out of both innings if not for a miscommunication error on this catch and then the dropped tag out at second.
It's just the difference. 1 play makes the biggest difference in a game.
And now it's adding up to be 2.
Right. This pitch, a heater right down the plate by Schaefer to Carson Adams, brings up the 0-1. Knew she had it in her, but man, that's a heck of a pitch to say the least. Pitch low inside, brings up the 1-1 count. I'm hearing this crazy bird through my even headset here. I don't even know.
that you're
where it
imagining
is.
things.
I swear I'm hearing a bird. Unless I am going crazy. This pitch is going to be low, brings up the 2-1. Two on, two down, 2-1 counts here on Addison Adams. This one's going to be lined up the middle on the ground, and it's going to be an error over on E6, but it will score another run here with Whitney Pettick at the heads-up base running and put another runner on base with Carson Adams. So put that down as the E6, but it puts 2 on still with a 4-1 lead now on that Seed Pro scoreboard.
I don't know, are you considering calling a timeout to talk to your infield at this point?
After this one, I'd say so. This is kind of where you get up to Josie Reynolds, the DH. You kind of want to just get this out here. Just got to keep it on the ground once again. You're an infielder, you just take this opportunity to just kind of go, breathe in, breathe out. High pitch. That's going to be labeled as a ball once again, but it will advance the runners as it was a pass ball. As now they're going to call time. Assistant coach Daryl Frayne walks on out there. Also the athletic director here at Riverside High School. He's going to talk things over with his pitcher Schaefer on the mound. Especially in a case like this, working with a 2-0 count on Josie Reynolds. It's a tough thing to mention here, as looks like they're going to continue to talk, and we're going to pause here for just a few moments. You're listening to KSOM 96.5 and Western Iowa Today TV, as it looks like he's going to walk off now here.
I was surprised you were going to go for a break at all.
Yeah, we got a lot of wonderful sponsors here today.
I know, but we were halfway through that meeting. I'm like, there cannot be 30 seconds left of this thing. They're going to pull him before that gets up. I will say, I'm surprised you didn't talk to Sydney Summers over at shortstop, because, I mean, these 2 errors this inning have been her.
Right.
And now it's cost him 2 more runs on the scoreboard.
Pitch by Schaefer is a strike to Reynolds. She's working with a 2-0, now a 2-1. So far it looks like the little mound meeting was successful. We'll see if it puts in and out, as this is going to be fouled off. Bounce off the leg of Reynolds there for a second. Now works with a 2-2 count. See if Josie Reynolds can do anything with this one here.
A big pitch.
The 2-2. High fly ball in foul territory. It's going to be caught by Schnack over at third, and that'll finally finish things off here in the top of the 3rd inning, but not before Griswold adds on 2 more. 4-1 on that C-Pro scoreboard. See you back here in just a few moments on 96.5 KSOM and video streaming live on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishnanet.
At 2nd Street Auto, it's our mission to get you back on the road fast. And it all starts with free local towing. Once you're back at the shop, we talk you through your car repair with a free and fair estimate. We do everything in-house, so you know who's working on your car. Our Hercules tires come with free road hazard repair, free rotation for the life of the tires, and a free alignment check. And nobody can beat our transmission rebuild and repair experts. Brakes, tune-ups, oil changes, preventative maintenance, and service work make 2nd Street your first stop.
If authentic Mexican food is what you're craving, then come on into Rancho Grande in Atlantic. We're more than just tacos and margaritas, but we do make the best of both. We have appetizers, beef, chicken, seafood dishes, and desserts. Mixed drinks, wine, imported and domestic beers are on the menu too. Dine in or relax on the patio with family, friends, date night, or a quick stop before or after the game. Open 7 days a week. You'll be able to fill in your cravings of a
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And the bottom of the 3rd inning is brought to you by Hummel Insurance. Service is the difference with Hummel. I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West. Another big inning there for the Griswold Tigers in the top of the 3rd, as they're able to add on 2 runs on that Seed Pro scoreboard. It's a 4-1 lead here for the Tigers. First up at bat here for Riverside is going to be first baseman Casey Perkins, as Griswold is almost batted around the horn twice. Riverside, on the other hand, hasn't even gone around the horn once yet.
And the big thing has been the 2-out rallies Griswold's been able to put together.
Right. It's almost like they get 2 outs and they go, all right, yeah, we can work around it.
Challenging themselves.
Right. Pitch on the inside there to Casey Perkins. Brings up now the 1-1 count.
Well, I should say they get 2 outs, and then third out almost comes across and like, oh, now we better get it together.
Right. Pitch is low. She reaches for it. This one just out of play. Hits the top of the dugout. For a second there, I thought Dakota Reynolds was going to be able to make a play on it, but just touches the tip of that dugout for the 1-2.
Had a chance at it, but again, just right off the top of the dugout. She's a little short for that.
I'm a little bit short for that. I think even
most people are.
Unless you're Shaq, then you're a little bit short for that, as this is going to hit on over toward third, the slow roller, and the play at first is in time. The nice pickup on over by Amanda Hauser to Reynolds for the first out of the inning, the 5-3. Brings up the 9th batter, Ashley Kelly, in the batting order. And looking at Kelly's stats here this season, doesn't have any in go bound, has not recorded a hit just yet, just 1 at bat.
Interesting to see her make an appearance.
It's the final game of the season. You can try some little things down. The right fielder here in this competition this evening. And just the 8th grader here for Riverside. So it's time to develop now. Might as well go up against one of the best pitchers in the region. He's going to foul this one off out of play. Goes over our heads here. So see, she's already making contact, but currently working with an 0-2 count. Milliken winds up and throws. This one's going to be hit up the middle. The slow roller once again to short. Throw made to first is going to be in time. Marissa Asklund to Reynolds. Puts up the second out of the inning for the 6-3, and now it goes back out to the top of the order with Ellie Henderson.
And Reynolds really making a reach over there. At first I thought it was coming close to pulling her foot, but she kept it on there. From what we can tell and from what the umpire could tell, and even coach could tell from down there, it was still on there, but boy, was it real close to coming off.
It was tight.
Full extension.
She made the extension. I saw it go in the glove, and at that point I went, all right, we're good. Henderson tries going for the first one there. Brings up the 0-1 count as she doesn't make contact. We have a slap hitter here, so it's almost like you're doing a running bunt sometimes in the beginning if you just kind of swing at it, not fully. Bunts this one down. A slow rolling bunt throw to first is in time as she's going to be out at first base. A close one there, but Henderson not able to outrun the throw by pitcher Carly Milliken, as that's going to retire this side.
I thought goes to the runner, but apparently not in this case.
I thought it was a little bit before the tie, but hey, you never know what you're going to get. We head to the top of the 4th, 4-1 on the C-Pro scoreboard. Griswold leads. See you back here in just a few moments.
Nobody has delivered more high-yielding Enlist E3 soybean genetics to the marketplace than Stein. That means your local Stein representative can provide you with the product knowledge and seed genetics to help you maximize profits on every acre you plant. Discover yield plus experience by partnering with the undisputed leader in Enlist E3 soybean genetics. Learn more at steinseed.com. Stein has yield.
What's it mean to be in good hands? It means you get an expert agent who's in it for the long haul. We'll get to know you and be there for you as your coverage needs change. I'm Craig Hummel at Hummel Insurance Services, and we work with Allstate Insurance. Let us help you choose the right amount of protection to meet your needs, and see for yourself what it means to be in good hands. Call Hummel Insurance Services at 800-482-6426 or stop in anytime.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And the top of the 4th inning is brought to you by Rancho Grande, as this hit's going to be up the middle. What a play on over at second, and that's going to be the play on over at first for the out. What a grab by Adeline Martins.
Sliding down on her knees, step back up, and throw back across her body over to first. And a great play.
Just diving in the dirt, able to make that play down there. Gets First one down and brings up once again the top of the order for the Griswold Tigers. With Marissa Asklin at the plate. That last play with the beautiful, to say the least, 4-3.
If there's an inning Riverside needs to strike, it's here in the fourth.
And the short fly ball between the gap of left center, and rounding first and heading for second is Asklin as she slides in safely for a double. And after you get the play of the game there on the first batter, you get Asklin there with a double.
And it was just well hit right into the gap. I mean, you can't put it anywhere better on the field except maybe the exact same spot in right center, but
right.
Even then it's a little worse because Henderson's leaning a little bit more towards her right.
And in that case, you kind of get a little bit of an advantage. This hit's going to go foul. Right here for Abby Gollinghorst. 0 of 2 in this ball game, both on the 5-3 ground outs. She's got a runner on second, one down, a 4-1 lead for a team on that C-Pro scoreboard here in the top of the fourth. And as you were kind of mentioning in the break, it would have been a tighter ball game as this one's hit on over towards shorts, and making that catch is Sydney Summers for the second out of the inning. But you were kind of mentioning a little bit that it would have been a closer game, really be like a 2-0 ball game or even a 2-1 ball game here, just without those two plays made over at second base. And
yeah,
a little bit of an error there with a fly ball just in the last inning for the Tigers.
Yeah, I mean, we had that tag that was dropped over there for out number 1, gave up the first 2 runs after that to Griswold. And then the next inning came the miscommunication on the infield fly. That was an easy catch that gave up 2 more runs for Griswold. So again, Riverside should be looking at a 1-0 lead, and you know, with the confidence of not giving up any runs to Griswold yet and getting out of those innings, maybe they've gotten another run across.
High fly ball and out towards right center, and that's going to be the final out of the inning, caught by Ellie Henderson. What an inning it was there. A double feature by Asklin, but they leave our runners stranded as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Still 4-1 on the C-Pro scoreboard. The offense looking to wake up here for Riverside. We'll see you back here in just a few moments on 96.5 KSOM and Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishna Nets.
What's it mean to be in good hands? It means you get an expert agent who's in it for the long haul. We'll get to know you and be there for you as your coverage needs change. I'm Craig Hummel at Hummel Insurance Services, and we work with Allstate Insurance. Let us help you choose the right amount of protection to meet your needs, and see for yourself what it means to be in good hands. Call Hummel Insurance Services at 800-482-6426 or stop in anytime.
Keeping your wireless router upgraded is vital to your internet security. If you rent a wireless router from Griswold Communications, it's time to get your router upgraded. Contact Griswold Communications at 778-2121 today for details on scheduling a time to pick up your upgraded router and receive a $15 bill credit. Routers from Griswold Communications have the latest Wi-Fi security and give you the power to manage, automate, and secure your network, all from your mobile device.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And the bottom of the fourth inning is brought to you by Stein Seed. Stein has yield. Contact Darren Petty, your local Stein representative. I'm Zach Collins alongside also us. A great inning there for Riverside defensively. Would have been a 3-up, 3-down inning if not for Griswold's Marissa Asklin to knock a double. They left a runner stranded there, but no runs scored in the top of the fourth. Now coming up here at the plate is third baseman Kaden Schnack. She's had a heck of a game on the field, to say the least. Works at the 1-0, fouls this one off toward the backstop. That brings the 1-1. Austin, you're right there for it.
That was right here. That was literally right at my eye line if there's no fence there.
It would have been perfect, actually.
That's directly at me.
I'm glad there's a fence there.
Yeah, slightly. I don't know if I would have caught that been able to react fast enough to catch that.
I feel like you could have.
Yeah, that'd be close.
Your hand was already up there. 1-1 count here. This one's going to be outside. Bilkins still in the circle here for this ball game.
It's the sun getting very bright to look into as we watch this game.
Happy I brought the sunglasses here for this ball game.
I'm sure you are.
We're used to the night games as of late. But instead we get a nice evening ball game.
4:30. Not even evening. It's afternoon.
Pretty much, yeah. I say evening when about hits 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Yeah, 5:30 I would say evening starts.
Pitch on the outside, issues ball 4 to Schnack. And she's going to walk on down to first. We'll see Madison Kelly now come up to the plate.
You don't see many walks. This is the ones you need to take advantage of here.
Just this season, Milliken has only allowed 8 walks.
And that's number 9.
That's just number 9, as you mentioned, which is kind of, to say the least, an insane number to even put down. Challenging over at first base is Schnack as she's going to hold off, and she'll be safe with the dive into first. I don't know why she waited as long as she did. It's almost a close play over at first base.
She's kind of laughing at her coach. Her coach is laughing too. I don't know what we're laughing about, folks. That was dumb.
Yeah. I was going to put it differently, but
there's
that's
no better way. There's no.
Really, there isn't.
It wouldn't do it justice.
Kelly with the swing and miss of that way outside pitch now brings a 1-1. I was going to put it a bit differently, but realistically,
it's about the only way to put it.
Still 4-1 on that Seat Pro scoreboard. Runner on first. We'll see for how long, depending on the heads-up base running here, as this pitch is in the dirt. Bounces up, and a nice stop here behind the plate for Whitney Pennock. Hasn't let too much go past her here in this ball game. I can only really kind of count one on hand, and there weren't even any runners on. Because look here for Riverside, this is the first base runner that they've had in this ball game.
Yeah.
Other than the home run had by Madison Kelly in the first inning.
And again, they need to be able to take advantage of having these base runners on, especially when you're down 3 and what really should be a game you are winning.
Right. Down the line, when you really put it, take out the errors, you're right, they'd be winning. But shows you how much the plays can change here in a softball game. The 2-2 count. Cats are swinging with that one in the dirt. It's going to be strike 3. First out of the inning, and it'll bring up Peyton Schaefer, the pitcher. So that's the out that you want to get there with Kelly, as the last at bat, as I mentioned before, had the home run. And that was the no-doubter as well. Schaefer gets this one up the middle. Milliken puts it down at second. Throw to first is going to be over. But Schaefer doesn't look like she's going to advance, but it's going to be a dead ball as it goes in the dugout. I wasn't sure if it went under the fence for a second, but it'll put a runner over at second. Schaefer will pick up, looks like the single there. But what a play. I mean, the 1-4 that's going to be made. Don't see those as often.
Especially now with that hesitation, because she was ready to laser that thing down to first until someone yelled at her behind, hey, go 2. And she's like, oh, that's right. We have a force right there. In fact, she was able to beat out the runner there. It was impressive to say the least. But I will say, what an exact opposite set of hits there. No, worry home run versus grounder to the pitcher.
This ball is going to be fouled off by Evelyn Martins. Yeah, just what a sequence there just to happen.
And I don't know if there are 2 more opposite hits you can have.
I don't think so.
Between a, no luck home run sent out there, no one's going to bother that one, and then just lazy grounder to the pitcher. That results in an out.
Kind of never know what you're going to get. Brings up the 1-1 now here for Adeline Martins at the plate. Martins lasted the fly out now toward right field. Last time she made that fly out, it was that kind of high fly out on now toward right, so expect to see it high here once again. She's kind of more of a power hitter than she is a contact hitter. This one's going to be on the outside, brings up the 2-1.
Which maybe Griswold knows that. Maybe you show a little bunt and put it down the third baseline.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would actually like that play. The 2-1, this one fouled off out of play once again. You weren't here, but I was saying that we should sled down these. We should have came here, sledded down the hill. Would have been a great time.
See, but I think with the snow we got this year, sledding was not really a great option because it was so fluffy. And then the stuff that wasn't, we would have caught it and then just front flipped over it.
That's the best part. Martins working with a 2-2. This one, a high fly ball and out towards center field. And that one is going to land down. That's going to score a run and a stand-up double for Adeline Martins.
Right there at the fence, give it an inch, and it's a home run.
Oh. I thought for a second it had a chance. I didn't want to say anything too soon because, as you mentioned, I mean, really the tip of the glove even would have put that one over.
Yeah, and she's lucky that she didn't, tip it over. Granted, it's still a double.
Still a double,
yeah.
Yep.
But keeps it in play, at least gives them maybe a chance to get her out.
2 outs, 4-2 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. A high fly ball foul, right territory. Starting off for Sydney Summers, the shortstop here.
Would have been a nice spot to land if it was fair, though, right down that right field line. That's scoring a run and making it a single for sure.
The wind took it for a ride there just a little bit. Wind blowing, looks to be southeast here. They've now learned my directions from...
Blowing out of the southeast.
Yes.
Yeah.
This one, a high fly ball. It's going to go foul out of play.
Right in
Somehow
front of
avoids
somebody.
a couple fans.
Everybody else is looking deeper downfield looking for it towards the stands over there and into the batting cage, and it lands right in front of them.
Like, oh, it's going to go. Oh, okay,
There
it's
it
coming
is.
here. There it is. That's a wake-up call. Not one that you want. The 0-2 count, 2 down, runner on second. It's off to Summers. Watches this one go by. Strike 3, catches are looking. And finally, Griswold gets off the field, but not before Riverside puts things closer. A 4-2 ball game way out at the top of the 5th. Griswold still on top by 2. We'll be right back here on 96.5 KSOM on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishnanet.
Who can you trust to treat you fair and get you back on the road? J.D. Wyman Service on Main Street in Griswold. Big repairs or general maintenance. Trust J.D. Wyman Service to get you on the road fairly. You're a certified auto do-it-yourselfer. You like the smell of grease, and that's why when it comes to parts, you buy them at Wyman's Car Quest on Main Street in Griswold. Because you care about what you put in your vehicles. Trust the tires, parts, and tools from Wyman's Car Quest in Griswold.
If authentic Mexican food is what you're craving, then come on into Rancho Grande in Atlantic. We're more than just tacos and margaritas, but we do make the best of both. We have appetizers, beef, chicken, seafood dishes, and desserts. Mixed drinks, wine, imported and domestic beers are on the menu too. Dine in or relax on the patio with family, friends, date night, or a quick stop before or after the game. Open 7 days a week. You'll be able to fill in your cravings of authentic Mexican food at Rancho Grande in Atlantic.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And we welcome you back here to Riverside High School. The top of the 5th inning is brought to you by Principal Financial Group. Mark Smith, serving Southwest Iowa for over 39 years. I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West. It's a 4-2 C-Pro scoreboard ball game. And Austin, it's been a pretty good one to say the least so far, as Riverside was able to tag on a run there in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Yeah, I was really looking for them to tag on a couple more after they got gifted some things.
Right.
An error extended their inning.
Carly Milliken hits a high infield fly, calling off and making the catch is going to be shortstop Sydney Summers, going over towards Adeline Martins, the second base. And Martins probably could have taken about 2 steps, but Summers instead making a little bit of a dead sprint on over there.
Yeah, which Summers, had a problem earlier getting called off and was a part of an error that ended up scoring 2 runs for Griswold. So, surprised she wants to make that run all the way over there.
Shows you a little bit of determination, to say the least, as that one's called for a strikeout. Whitney Pennock brings up the 0-1. Pennock in this ball game has just walked twice. Really hasn't recorded anything up at the plate so far. This one's going to be down low for a ball and brings up the 1-1. Surprised as you are with the first call, but hey, can't win it all, right?
Right. So I'm attempting not to blind myself on reflections.
And that hit just foul toward the right side and brings up now the 1-2 count. Do you want half my sunglasses? You want me to knock out a lens and give it to you?
No, you're good.
No,
I just
you
got to
sure?
not
Okay.
look at the screen of our video mixer over here. If I catch it the right angle, it has the full reflection of the sun in it.
A little bit of a blinding glare.
very much blinding, not a little.
And that one is going to be a strike 3. Catches Pennock looking and puts a 2 up, 2 down. It'll bring up Addison Adams. And Pennock even knew it, too, as she watched that one blaze by.
Yeah, and the head kind of drops back, looking up to the sky. You're like, well, yep, that'll strike 3. I'll make my way back. Don't have to call it blue.
Swing and a miss there for Addison Adams. The center fielder brings up the 0-1. Thing is, even looking there for Whitney Pennock this season, she just had 11 strikeouts. Now that 12th one there for her. Not too many for her. It's highly unlikely you kind of see that one down the line. Is now bringing up a 1-1 here on Addison Adams. Last had a single, currently 1-2 in this ball game. Peyton Schaefer, the way that she's pitched here in the last couple innings, it's been pretty tremendous to say the least, as this one looks like it's going to be fair on out toward that left field line. Rounding first and heading for second is Adams as she rounds second and will hold on over there for a double.
And a nice one right down the line. That one pretty, I think, fair by about 6 inches, maybe slightly more, not much.
I didn't initially start saying just about anything until I looked at the umpire, because the outfield line over there's just nothing from the glare. It's so faded, I just had to look to him and go, all right, it's all up to you to call this one. You can see it in the infield very definely, but once you hit that left field foul line, it is just nothing. I see green.
Yeah, especially with the angle we're at, then looking into the sun. We can hardly see the right field one, but thankfully, we're at an alternate angle, so it's a little bit better of a vision.
I can see it from where I'm at now, but that left field one, there's nothing there. Line up the middle. That's going to be a base hit, and that's going to score Addison Adams as she comes on in safely at home. Now 5-2 on that Seed Pro scoreboard.
Once again, Griswold Tigers. Hell, we have 2 outs. Yeah, let us just have the best hitting of our lives real quick.
And Carson Adams, another RBI here in this ball game. That's 2 for Austin, and brings up Josie Reynolds. But as you mentioned, the 2 outs.
They love it. They love having 2 outs for the Griswold Tigers. They like to challenge themselves, I guess. They want to score all their runs off 2 outs.
It's like you could have magic, and magic always comes in the 2 outs, and doesn't matter what inning it really is for Griswold.
Minus last inning. That was the only time, we haven't pushed a run across with 2 outs, as well as the first. But, that's the first inning, so we kind of scratched inning number 1.
The magic hasn't been applied yet.
Yeah. You're just figuring out the pitcher at that point.
And a dead ball as Josie Reynolds gets hit by the pitch. She'll head on over toward first. Adams goes to second. This is where I might call a mound meeting coming up here with 2 runners on, 2 down, and bring up Kate Tischer.
Talk some things over with the infield.
Right. Especially for a scenario like this, but it doesn't look like Riverside is going to in this case. 5-2 on that Seed Pro scoreboard here in the top of the 5th. This one by Tischer hit right up the middle of the slow grounder. Throw to first is going to be in time from the throw by Schaefer. And yeah, woo is the way to say it. Nice grab by Casey Perkins to get the final out of the inning with the 1-3. But not before Griswold adds on another run. 5-2 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. We'll see you back here in the bottom of the 5th. Don't go anywhere. See you back here in just a few moments.
If authentic.
When it comes to your investments, I know you have a choice. Hi, I'm Mark Smith, certified financial planner and registered investment advisor with Principal Financial Group. Today I want to say thank you, Southwest Iowa. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to serve the community for 39 years. Over the years, you've given me the opportunity to get to know you and your family. Thank you for your trust, your confidence, and most of all, your relationship. If I can help you with your financial plan, please give me a call at 712-243-2466. Mark Smith, Principal Financial in Atlantic.
Listening to KSOM Sports.
And the bottom of the 5th inning is going to be brought to you by Ziegler with top-notch agriculture and construction equipment in Atlantic. I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West. Currently 5-2 on that Seed Pro scoreboard. Griswold with the lead advantage by 3. But Riverside, they've been on a little bit of a streak here, especially that last inning, as they were able to add on another run in the bottom of the 4th. We'll see if they can kind of replicate things here in the 5th. But a good ball game and a good way to end the regular season here on KSOM, because from here on out, we pretty much just get down the line.
Yeah.
Postseason play.
It's ready to go. Schedule's already out.
Lily Reed up here for Riverside. She works with the now 2-1 count. Last time she was up, hit into a 5-3 scenario with the grounder. Still currently 5-2 on that C-Pro score. Fouls this one off toward the backstop as it hits the pole. Now works with a 2-2 count.
That one we would not have had a chance at.
No. That one would have eclipsed us just a little bit over. That sun, it went from being a little bit of a cloudy day to now blue skies and white puffy clouds.
And if that.
If that.
There's hardly any of them.
The 2-2 counts. High fly ball and out in the infield. Calling off and making the catch is Marissa Asklin for the first down of the inning. Brings up Casey Perkins. The shortstop able to catch that fly ball. And I'm happy I brought sunglasses. You haven't really brought. Do you own a pair of sunglasses?
I do. I just don't bring them to most things. And again, this one I wasn't thinking because I remember last time I was mad I didn't have them either.
Right.
But it does not help either that, height too.
Head on out toward left field. It's deep and it's going to be caught. And what a catch it was on over in left by Kate Tischer.
Looked like maybe that one could have been sent out of here. We were watching it just a little bit.
Didn't pick up with the wind.
No.
It brings a 2 up, 2 down, and brings up Ashley Kelly, the right fielder.
Yeah, but I was saying that with the height, we've got the poles right in front of us. So depending on what you want to watch, you kind of got to crouch a little bit and kind of squint underneath the pole, sit up straight, and then slouch over, sit up straight, slouch over, and that, doesn't help with the sun either by any means.
No. What do you own, Ray-Bans or anything? Any fancy kind of glasses?
No. I have some off-brand aviators, but
that's not a bad thing.
They're nothing fancy that are they're not $200 sunglasses by any means.
I never understood why people buy those because I feel like I would just lose them constantly.
All sunglasses do the same thing. You're paying for the name.
Yep. The 2-0 count, a grounder hit on over towards second. Throw to first is going to be in time from Golding Horse to Dakota Reynolds, as that's going to end things there in a very quick fifth inning. As we'll head to the top of the sixth, still 5-2 on that C-Pro scoreboard. See you back here in just a few moments on 96.5 KSOM and video streaming live on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishnanet.
When you walk your fields this spring, will each plant have emerged consistently? Ensure consistent emergence of every plant by managing residue, firming seed, and controlling downforce with precision planting upgrades for your planter so that every seed gives you return on investment and isn't left to chance. Transform your planter with Riggs Ag in Lewis and get the best stand you ever had. Call Jim Riggs at 712-254-2408 today.
It's time to plant. Maximize your yield and get precision placement with a Fendt Momentum planter from Ziegler Ag Equipment. With a higher capacity for less refills, a weight management system that prevents soil compaction, and a flexible toolbar to plant even over uneven terrain, the Fendt Momentum planter can't be beat. Stop by Ziegler Ag Equipment located in Atlantic today to get a quote.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And the top of the sixth inning is brought to you by Iowa Western Community College. BU at Iowa Western. I'm Zach Collins alongside Asa West, currently 5-2 on that C-Pro scoreboard. Griswold with the lead. First pitch there, a ball to Tiger at the plate as I flip my scorebook to Marissa Asklin here at the top of the order. As that one goes by for ball 2 here in the top of the sixth inning. It's Asklin, Golding Horse, and Dakota Reynolds. This will be the fourth time we've seen Asklin here at the plate today. Had a double in her last at-bat, but was left stranded, unfortunately. So now working with a 3-0 count. And she'll take that one for a strike, brings up now the 3-1. You always almost kind of assume it's going to happen for the 3-1 when you hit the 3-0.
Right. which there's a lady down here with a shirt that says live life like you have a 3-1 count, but I think I'd rather live life with a 3-0 count.
Yeah.
Just me. A little more chances.
The thing about a 3-0 is you're never going to swing on it.
Well, I wouldn't say never.
A lot of the time, no.
90% of the time, 95.
3-2 count. It's going to be ball 4 as Asklin will jog on down to first, and it brings up Abby Gollinghorst, the second baseman here in today's competition. Gollinghorst just 0 of 3 so far here in this ball game. Just means she's due for a hit. Runner on first, nobody down. 3-run lead here. She bunts this one down. Throw to first is just in time as going on over to third. The tag is applied, and she's going to be out at third. Asklin thought she had the advantage, but nice job by Riverside. So they get the outs with the 3-5 play over at third base. Gollinghorst hits into the out. And that's going to put 2 down now here on that C-Pro scoreboard.
Now, what kind of double play would you call that? I didn't quite see who threw it here from home over to first.
It was the pitcher in that case of Schaefer, able to pick that one up, and almost a line out as Schneck isn't able to haul that one in. I'm going to label that one down as an E5 there as it just touched the glove. It was a catchable ball. But so in the last play, we had the 1-3 to the 3-5 double play. So the 1-3-5. Kind of separate incidents, really, though, in that case.
Oh, the first baseman wasn't running in on that bunt? I kind of missed that. I was watching the ball more than anything.
From what I saw, though, but maybe it could be the 1-4. But from what I saw, I was trying to watch the play and see where the runner was going as I saw the out was going to be made at first. We'll just label it there. Just keep it as that.
Works for me.
Working with a 1-0 is Carly Milliken with a runner on first, 2 down, which means it's Tiger time. This one's going to be hit on over toward third as Tiger time's going to be nice and short. I should just keep my mouth shut from this point on for the 5-3.
I mean, we had the 2 outs and then the error immediately happened. So, I mean, it was truly, the Tiger time like we were used to seeing.
Well, Tiger time doesn't go too far as we head to the bottom of the 6th. It's 5-2 on that C-Pro scoreboard. See you back here in just a few moments.
When you walk your fields this spring, will each plant have emerged consistently? Ensure consistent emergence of every plant by managing residue, firming seed, and controlling downforce with precision planting upgrades for your planter so that every seed gives you return on investment and isn't left to chance. Transform your planter with Riggs Ag in Lewis and get the best stand you ever had. Call Jim Riggs at 712-254-2408 today.
It's time to plant. Maximize your yield and get precision placement with a Fendt Momentum planter from Ziegler Ag Equipment. With a higher capacity for less refills, a weight management system that prevents soil compaction, and a flexible toolbar to plant even over uneven terrain, the Fendt Momentum planter can't be beat. Stop by Ziegler Ag Equipment located in Atlantic today to get a quote.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And welcome back here to Riverside High School for the bottom of the 6th inning. Almost a line out on over towards short. But man, what a grab and pull by Ellie Henderson as she's able to pick out that single. Marissa Asklin got a tip of the glove on it, but I'll give her the single for Henderson.
Yeah, again, that one was just barely out of reach there over at short.
First pitch, first hit. Runner on first. And brings up the third baseman, Kitten Schnack. With an armband here, given to pitcher Carly Milliken. She's able to put that one on. Maybe a little bit of a change out there. Sometimes you need it. The windup and throw by Milliken. That's a strike on the outside edge. A little bit of a delayed call by our home plate umpire here.
Yeah, I thought I was going to get called ball there for a second. I was like, oh, all right.
All right, but
I'll trust you on that one, but.
Nobody out. A runner on first. 0-1 count here for Kaden Schnack. Throw to second as trying to go, and out at second base is Henderson. What a throw coming here from catcher Whitney Pennock to get that out at second.
And there you go. I mean, we've seen it before where if half a second later, she's probably safe, especially if she throws it in between the legs there. And it looks like she's going to have a finger injury on that one as well.
Looks like just a little bit of an injury. Maybe got slid into would be my guess, or kind of hit in where it shouldn't have been.
No blood, so that's a good sign that it wasn't cleated or nothing.
Doesn't look to be in any real pain here either. Maybe we'll just get kind of bandaged up here as we're going to pause here on 96.5 KSOM. Currently 5-2 on the C-Pro scoreboard. See you back here in just a few moments.
Since 1952, the family-owned Mertz Welding has provided quality welding and fabrication in Carson. They specialize in rebuilding and remanufacturing everything from light to heavy equipment with a variety of machines and welders. There isn't a job Mertz Welding can't handle. For more information, stop in at the shop in the west end of Broadway in Carson, or give them a call at 712-484-3821. Mertz Welding is a proud sponsor of Riverside Athletics.
For farm supplies, see Bromley Supplies in Carson. General Farm Supplies, nuts and bolts, just about everything you need to get whatever is broke on your farm fixed. Need a new hydraulic hose belt? Bromley Supply can do that for you. Maybe you just need a couple of adapters or fittings. They can handle that too. Conveniently located just outside of Carson. Give them a call at 402-680-5471. For all your farm supply needs, Bromley Supplies in Carson.
On KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And we welcome you back here to Riverside High School. I'm Zach Collins alongside Austin West. A little bit of an injury time out there for Marissa Asklin as she comes back on out. So final play there was a 2-6 throw out as caught stealing was Henderson. And what a throw it was by Dakota Reynolds to get that out at second, but hey, it's good to see here that Marissa Asklin just comes back on out like nothing ever happened.
Yeah, it looks like, trying to look at the tape on her hand, kind of spider tape around her wrist is more what it looks like. As it comes up over the back of the hand and then also down by the wrist. Trying to use the occupational therapy genes in me.
I like it.
To see what it is.
2-1 count. This one's going to be fouled off as it goes out of play. Looks like it lands almost in between two fans here. Just barely dies near that concrete sidewalk they got behind him. Now 2-2 count here for Kaden Schnack. Nobody on, one down. Riverside down by 3 on that C-Pro scoreboard. Pitch on the outside edge meets just for a ball, looks like there. For a second, I thought I heard someone say strike as I looked down.
Too, but I was like, oh, that was way outside.
3-2, full count. This one's going to be a high fly ball and out toward right field. It's deep, and it is gone. A home run for Kaden Schnack. See ya bye ball as it puts it to 5-3 now on that C-Pro scoreboard. Now 2 home runs in this ball game for Riverside.
Imagine if Henderson's still sitting up at second or at least on first.
Man.
Ooh, we'd have a 5-4 ball game. Then we'd really be getting interesting.
It'd be real interesting there. So 2 home runs given up here in this ball game, both hit by the Bulldogs. They're power hitters to say the least, and you kind of see it here today.
Let it be known, we've given up now for Griswold more home runs than walks.
Yes.
In this game.
Which is crazy.
As crazy that is to say.
Swing and a miss coming from Madison Kelly, brings up the 0-1. As Madison at the plate here in this ball game has been 1 of 2 with a home run. So if you're Riverside, you want a home run to follow up, maybe another home run for back-to-back, like you said. It's going to be fouled off in the dirt, now brings up the 0-2. As the umpire going to come up and for some reason came out for second toward the foul line. Maybe just getting his legs a little loose.
I wouldn't blame him, you know.
A little stiff behind there, hot day.
Hot and stiff back there behind the plate. Yikes.
0-2 count, one down, nobody on. This one just outside and low for a ball. Brings up the 1-2 to Madison Kelly.
How crazy would it be if she does hit a home run here?
Oh, I'd go berserk. That'd be fun.
Back-to-back home runs to bring us score within one.
The 1-2. Low and outside brings up ball 2. Now 2-2 count. Now, if you're Griswold, they're all hoping that you keep your mouth shut and never say that again.
Correct.
But if you're Riverside, they're like, yeah, Austin, bring it on. Hit that ball out west, just like Austin West.
Well, we've had one to left and right. I think we need one to center now.
All right, we'll take it.
Bounce that thing off the scoreboard.
The 2-2. Short roller on over toward third. Throw to first is in time. Brings up the 5-3 and a nice stretch over here by Dakota Reynolds.
Yeah, another full extension over there at first.
Man, that was almost something over there, but able to make the play. Amanda Hauser, the third baseman, able to pick that one up and whip it on over to first.
Again, we've seen 2 plays like that where she's gotten full extension. It's like, oh my gosh, is her foot going to be pulled off the bag? Nope, still got her there.
Still got her. 2 down. Brings up Peyton Schaefer, the pitcher. This one goes by for a ball. 1 of 2 on the day for Schaefer. Had a single and hit into a ground out scenario and over towards second. And her first at bat. This pitch just outside once again. Watches that one go by for now the 2-0. I don't know about you, but my back feels like I just dumped Gatorade down it.
It's hot.
It's hot. It's not feeling too great.
That sun is starting to beat down.
The 2-0 labels a strike, an inside corner pitch. Brings up now the 2-1.
The humidity not really there as much, though, I will say.
No, and the wind's kind of coming in a little bit. Not too bad for us.
Better for everyone else here in shorts.
Right. Short roller on over toward third. One, it's again Hauser on over to Reynolds. Brings up another 5-3, but not before Riverside's able to tag on another run with a home run. It's 5-3 on that C-Pro scoreboard. We head to the top of the 7th inning. It's all down to the wire here at Riverside. See you back here in just a few moments.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health. Neighbors caring for neighbors.
Nobody has delivered more high-yielding Enlist E3 soybean genetics to the marketplace than Stein. That means your local Stein representative can provide you with the product knowledge and seed genetics to help you maximize profits on every acre you plant. Discover yield plus experience by partnering with the undisputed leader in Enlist E3 soybean genetics. Learn more at steinseed.com.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And we welcome you back here to Riverside High School for the top of the 7th inning. We're going to pause for 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to 96.5 KSOM. And we welcome you back here to Riverside High School. I'm Zach Collins alongside an aggravated Austin West with me now here as the White Sox score, and I told them they wouldn't score in the first inning, but that's all right. We all make mistakes, right, Austin?
We all make mistakes.
Yeah, we all make mistakes.
I expect better from you, but, it's fine.
Well, thankfully, my parents didn't tell me that ever, so.
You're an underachiever?
No, I was an overachiever sometimes. Sometimes they feel like I did too much, which also made people go, oh, that means you could do all these other things.
No.
I don't want to, but I ended up doing it anyway.
That's me getting straight A's in school. You should be able to get straight A's. Yeah, but I don't want to.
But I don't want to. Hard ground on over to third. The scoop on over at first. And a nice scoop by Casey Perkins with the 5-3 to get out Whitney Pennock. The first out of the inning brings up Addison Adams. Had a 3.5 GPA in college, and I was happy with that.
That's what I had.
Yeah.
Well, I think it got bumped down to 3.49
really?
After graduation, so I graduated with the medal. And I said I graduated with the medal, so I think technically it was a 3.5 because that's what I walked across the stage with. So
that's what I'd say I'd have too. Yeah, I wouldn't tell anybody that.
I mean, they said I graduated cum laude, so I graduated cum laude. That's what I'm assuming it goes off of.
Funny thing is, no one told me in my department I graduated cum laude, and then they had everyone like stand up, and I just didn't stand up because I didn't know.
They don't tell you those things?
They should have. They told everyone else but me. And they're like, hey, we saw you didn't stand up. You got it. And I was like, I did? Like, yeah, you're like a 3.54 or something. I was like, okay, thanks for informing me.
Oh, yeah, it was a whole big thing. Like, right here, the people who get their medals to wear with their cap and gowns, and, they listed everybody off. You go get your medal with your different colored ribbons and stuff. It was cum laude or whatever's above that for 3.8.
I never got my ribbon. I got the honors ribbon.
Ooh, that's
but never the cum laude one. High fly ball. Looks like it's going to be in play, and it's going to be caught by Madison Kelly.
I was really hoping it was back here, though.
Oh, it was close.
I was ready. I was like, I can't tell if it's getting any deeper. Is my depth perception that bad? So I just kind of held my hands out in front of me and just like, that's staying inside. Okay.
That thing flew up like a rocket ship and then sat in a crib and died.
Yeah, it sat there for a little bit. It's just like, let me just hang out at the top of the flight path for about a half a second or more.
Yeah.
And then I'll start coming down.
Brings up Carson Adams with 2 down. This on a strike. Peyton Schaefer, just in really these last couple innings, has just been a very dominant force.
She had a few mistakes there when her defense was, not helping her out to the best. But now she's got that defense behind her, and it's looking a lot better.
Brings up the second strike now here on Carson Adams. Working with an 0-2 count. Nobody on, 2 down here in the top of the 7th. Riverside just down by 2 as Griswold up 5-3 on that Seed Pro scoreboard. This one's going to be fouled off. Just drops down as Madison Kelly just kind of lost it. Didn't realize it was up until she heard up and then looked up the opposite direction.
She still had a chance to catch it as she was spinning her glove hand, spun around to the ball.
Yeah.
And was open almost, but spun a little too far, and it dropped right back down.
It happens.
Imagine she would have caught it and not been paying attention.
Oh, that would have been something.
Highlight reel.
Now brings up a 1-2 with that high pitch.
Coach, I can't see the ball. It's in your glove.
Oh. Let's go back in the dugout.
All right, out number 3. See you guys.
I'm fine. And the swing and miss, strike 3. A 3-up, 3-down inning. Now we'll see if Griswold's defense can hold or if Riverside's offense can take advantage. Don't go anywhere. We've got the bottom of the 7th inning coming up for you on 96.5 KSOM and video live streaming on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishnet.
Keeping your wireless router upgraded is vital to your internet security. If you rent a wireless router from Griswold Communications, it's time to get your router upgraded. Contact Griswold Communications at 778-2121 today for details on scheduling a time to pick up your upgraded router and receive a $15 bill credit. Routers from Griswold Communications have the latest Wi-Fi security and give you the power to manage, automate, and secure your network, all from your mobile device.
At 2nd Street Auto, it's our mission to get you back on the road fast. And it all starts with free local towing. Want your back at the shop? We talk you through your car repair with a free and fair estimate. We do everything in-house so you know who's working on your car. Our Hercules tires come with free road hazard repair, free rotation for the life of the tires, and a free alignment check. And nobody can beat our transmission rebuild and repair experts. Brakes, tune-ups, oil changes, preventative maintenance, and service work make 2nd Street your first stop.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And a hit on out toward right field. Starting off for Riverside is Adeline Martins. As that one's going to be a single. She holds at first after the overthrow to second. What a way to start things off here. I'm Zach Collins, by the way. You're Austin West. It's currently 5-3 on that Seed Pro scoreboard in the bottom of the 7th. The game down to the wire. The tying run coming out to the plate with Sydney Summers.
And Summers, what a redemption story this would be if she's able to put some runs across here tonight. Especially be the tying run.
Ooh. Really 0-2 in this ball game as she lays down a bunt, just goes foul toward the left side. Now we'll work with an 0-1 count.
Loved the idea, though.
Love the idea. The execution was close to being there.
Yeah, it just had a weird backspin on it that brought it back across the foul line. Otherwise, it was a great spot.
I thought it was going to kind of, maybe she'd tilt that bat down a little bit more, would have had it, but regardless, works with an 0-1. Swing and a miss. Brings up strike 2.
Big rise ball there and on the inside. Not one you'd likely swing at there, but she wanted to get a piece of it. Nerves might be setting in a little bit.
Well, you mentioned a little bit of a rise there, and it's a hard one to deny when you're up at the plate. Pardon me, as we're working with now an 0-2 count. This one to the outside of the plate. Someone's saying strike. It was way off the plate.
It's on the Griswold side. They're on that line, so if it's outside, it looks closer to them. So it looks, they can only see really up and down when you're on the side like that.
Well, everyone has to be an umpire, right?
Of course.
Of course.
We do.
Of course we do. The 1-2 hit up the middle, right in between the gap of the legs of Carly Milliken. It goes on past center field. She's got a single rounding third, and coming in and home is going to be Martins as she's going to score.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness. We've got a 5-4 ball game. Sydney Summers, I'll counter for the double, and then the fielder's choice to advance on over to third. Man.
Sydney Summers, 2 errors that cost her team 4 runs, has now forced 2 errors on her own hit to now almost tie this ball game back up.
Who would have thought that this is how this ball game was going to play out? Don't you love a good redemption story?
You got to.
You've got to. You got to love this ball game. 5-4, bottom of the 7th, no outs, runner on third.
I was just very surprised they sent her from second to third.
And the game-winning batter coming up here at the plate with Lily Reed.
Now hear me out.
All right, I'm interested.
We're romantic about these games, right? We can say that.
Baseball and softball are romantic sports.
How would you feel about a walk-off home run? The only 2 hits, really, that Riverside has had leading up to this point have been 2 big home runs so far tonight.
Well, the thing is, it's coming from Lily Reed here. And Lily Reed, just to look at this season, batting .389. And so far, no home runs.
Even better.
3 RBIs. So it would definitely be the romantic kind of story you're looking for. I'm just looking for a single or even a fly out as she shows bunt. Goes for it there, if called for strike 1.
I can't punch at those bunts.
No, she punched a lot.
A lot.
It's like in volleyball when players think that you got to move your arms to bump with it. Rather you just hold. Same thing comes in this. Just hold the bat.
That's me.
That's you?
That's me.
That's all right. It's easily fixable.
It is easily fixable. Maybe not at my age, but...
That's all right. I can figure it out. High fly ball in the infield. Looking on over and making the catch as Marissa Asklin brings up the first out of the inning. Bring up Casey Perkins, the first baseman, 0-2 here today.
Well, that'd be a little romantic, too. Someone 0-2 for the day, knocks in the tying run.
Man, that'd be something. This game has been one that you've been kind of just on the edge of your seat all day long.
Well, maybe not all day long.
All evening.
There was a few innings there. It was...
There was a couple. Bunt lay down, just foul.
Great bunt, though. Had a nice spin on it, too, to kill it. It just wasn't put out into the field of play.
Really, it just kind of hit the bottom barrel of the bat. That's what's going to happen. Runner on third. 1 down, 0-1 count working here for Casey Perkins. The wind-up and pitch. This one is going to be in the inside edge for a strike. Now brings the 0-2 count.
Looked a little high, but hey. Hey, but one thing. If you're Riverside, you got to know you're not getting fed any walks.
No.
You've gotten one this game. That's all you're getting.
Milliken's not going to issue any more here. You definitely know that. We'll see if Milliken can get herself and the Tigers out of this ball game. The 0-2. High fly ball, shallow right, as that one's going to be caught The tag up and the throw home. Excuse me, it's not going to be caught on over. It looks like it's going to drop, and that's going to score the run. I thought she caught it.
I did too.
She did, okay. Thought for a second I was going a little crazy.
Good effort, though. I mean, might as well run it out.
But regardless, with the tag up, it scores a run. So the sack fly for Casey Perkins as she gets out. For a second, I thought I was wrong. I was like, did my eyes just deceive me? Because she's standing there and no one was saying anything.
No,
so
like
I thought...
On the spin, did she drop it as it came in? Or like,
I thought, did she drop it and pick it up and just made a one
throw?
Motion throw? I flabbergasted for a second there, but we're back. Ashley Kelly knocks this one up the middle. That's going to be a base hit.
I would like to double check this real quick against your stats. The last two batters have been 0 for 2 on the night, and they both have hits. Well, a sack fly and a hit.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is exactly correct.
I will once again say redemption story for here, and I'll say this.
All right.
You know, we've got Henderson here.
Okay.
Do you want her bunting? Do you want her hitting?
She's a slap hitter. I kind of want her to just hit, knock out a little single.
She does have the speed, but
there's 2 down. Runner on first. This one's going to go on the outside portion of the plate.